A trap jaw snap or your blink? Which is faster? And in those 0.00x seconds, what happens to the prey? The jaw-snapping warriors wield mandibles that slam shut in an instant, both a deadly trap and a built-in jet engine that kicks them backward to safety. The trap-jaw ant is famous for having the fastest bite on the planet. This isn't just observation. It's a full simulation of an ant colony, and it's going to be packed with surprises. Welcome to my channel. Day 1. The package finally arrives, but there's a problem. It got soaked during transport. I spent time observing the queen closely, watching every reaction for any signs of heat shock or humidity effects. After a period of monitoring, thankfully she was completely normal, no signs of shock at all. I quickly moved the queen and her brood out of the damp spot before the moisture can do any harm. I gently placed the queen on soft, padded tissue. It keeps her moist just enough to recover and regain her strength. The queen darted back and forth, as if trying to wring out every last drop clinging to her. I carefully used soft tissue to dry each larva. After a few rounds of blotting, I was relieved to see all 5 showing signs of recovery. They were still moving. An hour later, things looked stable. To avoid shock, I settled the queen and her brood inside a test tube setup, watching them closely.
Oh wow! This place is so clean. Am I really going to live somewhere like this forever?
Thankfully, both queen and larvae seem fine. In 2 to 3 weeks, these survivors will become the first workers, serving and guarding their queen without pause. By day 14, 3 young workers had emerged, and you could already see their size was nearly equal to their mothers. In the world of ants, this is a trait of primitive species. Queens and workers don't differ much at first, and the queen still has to forage on her own when founding a colony. That's why their colonies usually stay small and grow slowly. But by instinct, there's always one worker that steps up to protect the queen. Meanwhile, the other 2 young ants are quite playful, constantly using their jaws to try and push the cotton out. I think partly because they were hungry, so I'll give them their first meal, not honey, but a nutritious caterpillar. The reason I chose a live creature is to test the strength of the ant's mandibles. Caterpillars with long segmented bodies eat leaves to fuel metamorphosis, both crop pests and key links in the food chain. Instead of the worker ants coming out first, the queen herself inspected the prey, then returned to communicate with her offspring.
Kids, a nutrient-packed grub. Get ready to charge!
Hurry, I have to run before they get back or I'm screwed.
Oh, you think you're gonna fight back?
No, sir, I'll behave.
Good, that's it!
After a quick exchange, one worker ant steps up. And right away, those sharp pincers clamp down again and again on the prey's head. The snap of a trap jaw at this moment fires off in just a few thousandths of a second, 0.00x seconds, several times faster than a human blink. It gets into position, sweeping its antennae and setting the trigger. The 2 tiny trigger hairs at the edge of its jaws point right at the soft spot on the neck, with the leg joint locked in, ready to strike. The trap jaw unleashed its brutal strategy, wearing the caterpillar down more and more with each moment. It had no choice but to accept defeat and become a stockpile of food. This ant colony of mine is truly formidable. That's why they're called the trap jaw ants. Their jaws can snap open to 180 degrees, then close with a terrifying speed of up to 60 meters per second, making them among the fastest in the entire animal kingdom. That jaw snap generates an immense force, strong enough to stun small insects and even fling prey far away. Yet there's an even stranger challenge. If placed inside a pheromone circle, will the trap jaw be trapped forever? Or will it unleash a jaw-powered leap to break free of the limits? Let's find out. This phenomenon is commonly known as the ant circle trick. In reality, the ants aren't physically trapped. They're just confused by the scent or strange markings, which disrupt their pheromone signals. Since ants rely heavily on pheromones and scent cues to navigate, when they encounter a line that smells different from the background, they hesitate to cross, just as if an invisible barrier were blocking their way. As for the trap jaw ant, I released one and waited to see whether pheromones were keeping it hemmed in by that invisible circle. It seemed fairly nonchalant, hesitated for a moment. And then finally mustered the courage to break out of it. It escaped swiftly without hesitation. This shows that they are active predators with lightning-fast reflexes, relying far less on pheromone trails than other more social ants. When faced with an unfamiliar obstacle, they can jump using either their jaws or their legs to break free. By day 30, the colony was getting cramped, with ants fidgeting restlessly in the tight space. So I set up an Outworld, giving them room to move freely and even a place to hunt to their heart's content. Hook up the tube and attach the test tube. The traffic corridor is open. The first thing they always do is head straight out to check out their new surroundings. I wanted to see if their reaction to prey was really as fast as rumored, so I suddenly dropped in a cockroach. That sudden appearance seemed to throw the whole arena into chaos. But being solitary, proactive hunters, each trap jaw stayed perfectly composed. Roaches always end up in a panic, constantly under attack from those razor-sharp pincers. Every escape route is blocked by jaws as sharp as pliers. With that crushing grip, a single worker ant clamps down on the roach's leg, making it nearly impossible to break free.
Oh my God, what do I do now?
In the wild, the weak are destined to become prey. With a single snap, the jaws slam shut like a hammer. Stunned, thrown back, and the hunt is over before the prey even knows what happened. The roach's body is covered in puncture marks, proof of the trap jaw's lightning-fast, crushing strike. The trap jaw's mandibles instantly bring to mind a tiny guillotine. But unlike a human-made guillotine that simply drops with gravity, the trap jaw loads power into its muscles like a biological spring, opening its jaws nearly 180 degrees and locking them in place, waiting for the trigger. Just the slightest touch on those two tiny trigger hairs, and the lock releases. The jaws snap shut in just a few thousandths of a second.
Bro, go get the crew to haul this for the queen.
Okay.
The roach bolts back into the test tube, thinking it's found a way to escape. but really, it's sealing its own fate. Inside that tight space, the ants swarm in full force. They easily flip the roach onto its back, slice off its legs with their jaws, and turn it into a food reserve for the days ahead. Five days later, everything had spun out of my control. Nearly half the colony was dead, and I still had no idea what had happened. I'm not sure if it was poisoning or something else, but all the dead ants were found outside the tank. Maybe the problem lies with the Outworld itself, as I dug deeper into the species. The problem was that I kept them in a dry environment. These ants naturally live in tropical regions. That's the reason why so many of my ants ended up dying. For now, start setting up a tropical terrarium to recreate their natural environment. Hold up, do you see this piece of wood? It totally looks like Cinderella's slipper. Anyway, I'll use this piece of wood to stand in as the ancient tree of this little forest. Everything's still pretty rough. I need to add some greenery like ferns and moss. When I released the colony again, they followed their instincts to search for a safe spot and the perfect place to nest. This time, my ants chose an ancient log as their new home. I think partly because this log is quite decayed and also safe for them to build a nest, making it easier to stay out of sight from other predators. Now it feels like this forest holds a tiny kingdom inside the log, with the colony fully settled into their new home. This forest was a fertile land, filled with creatures that could become a buffet for the colony, from worms to cockroaches, the favorite meal of the trapjaw warriors. Day after day, they took advantage of their position in the forest, bringing prey back to the nest, quite different from those early days in the confined test tube. This time, they were in an environment closer to nature, vast, with countless hiding spots perfect for stalking and hunting their prey. A fat, juicy worm was swiftly speared by a pioneer ant. Because they are active, solitary hunters, they don't need to swarm or gang up like smaller ants such as fire ants or Kerbara. They use their lightning-fast jaws to catch or stun their prey, waiting just a few seconds before seizing the perfect moment to snap shut on their target. Meanwhile, the other sister squad of ants kept up the hunt for the roach. Watching these ants hunt never disappoints. They always play to their strengths and take down prey in a flash. Its long mandibles open to approximately 180 degrees and lock with a latch mechanism, elastic energy preloaded in the muscles. When the clamp is misaligned or escape is needed, it braces its jaws against the ground to rock it backward or snaps the prey aside to unbalance it. After each takedown, these trap-jaw warriors haul their prize back to the nest to share with their nestmates. The precious catch becomes stored rations for days. But with nothing but the forest, I suspect the colony would get bored over time. Then I had a wild thought. What if I relocated them to a setup that combines a dry tank and a water section? Well, today I won't just imagine it. I'm actually going to bring it to life, a vibrant kingdom built, especially for my beloved ants. But hold on, if you think this is just another ant farm, think again. This time, we're doing something completely different. A world where ants and fish coexist. How will this combination turn out? Will they adapt, or will a territorial war break out? Let's find out as we build this one-of-a-kind ecosystem. To build this world, we need some basic materials to glass tanks, sand, rocks, aquatic plants, terrestrial plants, and fish. Step 1: laying the foundation to kick off our world building. I start by layering solid gravel at the base of the main tent. This serves as a strong foundation for the ants, while also preventing flooding, ensuring a stable and thriving environment. Then I add a layer of dry moss, creating a fertile ground for the ants to build their nests.
This place looks fun, but is it safe?
Of course, seems like the perfect spot for digging tunnels.
Step 2: creating the underwater realm. At the heart of this world, I place a smaller glass tank, an underwater sanctuary marking the dawn of a new aquatic era. Step 3: constructing the landmass surrounding the water tank. I carefully pack in layers of substrate to create a sturdy terrain for my ant colony to explore. Step 4: growing a miniature forest. To complete the ecosystem, I plant small trees forming a lush mini forest for my ants. However, I keep the height low to prevent any escape attempts. Beneath this canopy lies an entirely new world. One where the ants can freely explore, dig tunnels, and claim their territory. Step 5: perfecting the aquatic paradise. Now I turn my attention to the underwater kingdom. A layer of fine sand and gravel is spread evenly across the tank floor before I carefully pour in crystal clear water. Aquatic plants are planted with precision, not only adding to the natural beauty, but also filtering the water, providing oxygen, and offering shelter for the underwater inhabitants. And then the moment of truth, I introduce the fish in the vast outside world. These little swimmers may be tiny, but in this ecosystem, they are the rulers of the ocean. Step 6: maintaining the balance to keep this world alive. I maintain the perfect level of humidity, keeping the air cool and comfortable for my ants. Step 7: protecting my creation. Finally, I place a guardian figurine, a wise old fisherman on the tank's edge, watching over the balance of this unique world. To ensure the ants stay where they belong, I apply a special barrier around the edges, preventing them from wandering into the water, while keeping their home safe and contained. And just like that, our mini world is complete. Let's take a step back and admire the masterpiece. Now comes the most exciting moment, introducing my ant colony to their brand new home. These are trapjaw and scientifically known as odonto matches boar. They seem to enjoy it.
Wow, what a view! An oceanfront property. Now, this is luxury.
Slowly but surely, the rest of the ends follow, sticking claws together as they venture into their new land.
Looks tasty, but is it safe? Anyway, let's have someone else test it first.
All right, to celebrate our brand new home, I've got a housewarming gift. Now let's meet the host.
Hi, my name...
Oh, looks like this little roach isn't ready to accept its fate as food just yet.
Wow, so delicious.
Whoa, so fast, it's managed to escape from our host's grasp.
Stop right there, don't run.
Stay away from me!
Stay away from me!
You're not getting away. Huh? What the?
You have no way to get out of this!
That one's mine. Hands off.
But I caught it first! Fine, I'll let you have this one. But don't even think about taking my next catch!
Whatever. I'll still take it if I want. Hee hee. It's all mine now. Time to eat.
Please, have mercy. Boss. Boss.
These ants are strong, using their powerful jaws to lift objects effortlessly. And after settling in, the ants curiously observe their new neighbors, the fish raising their mandibles in excitement. They seem to cheer at their aquatic companions. I was quite pleased to see this, a natural interaction between animals, even though there were still indelible gaps. This is just the beginning of our journey. What adventures will unfold in this tiny world? Stay tuned to find out. This tiny kingdom is finally alive, trap, jaw, ants, and fish, side by side, in a one-of-a-kind ecosystem. And this is only the beginning. Next episode, will the jaw-snapping warriors adapt? Or will a territorial clash erupt? What new JAW-powered escapes await? If you enjoyed the journey, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. See you soon. AntTrek out.